Okay, everybody ready? Thanks, mate. Everyone ready? Yep. Josh, you'll kick us off for Sky, please.
Good afternoon, Graham. Can we just check on the team mood first, please?
No major issues from the previous match. We'll pretty much be the similar squad, I think. Fullkrug's probably just had a little bit of a, not fatigue, but just making sure that he's okay after his after the weekend. He's trained with the team today, so hopefully there's no reaction to be in the squad for the weekend. So apart from that, we're as we were.
So league leaders Liverpool on Sunday. You will of course come up against Mohamed Salah. Perhaps not been in the best of form recently, but he has signed that new contract. What is it that makes him so effective, and where for you does he sit in the pantheon of Premier League greats?
Well, you only just see his goals and assists, how much he contributes to the most difficult area of the pitch. He's contributed in a team that's won trophies. Fantastic player, always a threat, always in the game. You always have to be on your guard. So yeah, obviously congratulations to him and Liverpool. And it's great news for the Premier League in terms of it's another fantastic player that's gonna play over here and entertain.
It does look very much like Liverpool will go on to win the Premier League. But they have lost 3 of their last 4. If there was ever a good time to play Liverpool, could this be it?
Well, I think if you look at the current form Premier League, it's not quite as simple as that. I think they've lost the last game, but they've won the previous 4. Knocked out by PSG, which is no disgrace at all because they're an absolutely fantastic team. Liverpool have an unbelievable season. Big congratulations to Arne Slot. They've still got, of course, work to do, but they've had a fantastic season so far and rightly at the top of the league. So we have to understand the challenge that awaits us, absolutely, and we have to go and be the best version of ourselves to give ourselves any chance.
You mentioned Niclas Fullkrug there, struggling with a bit of fatigue. He has struggled with fitness since arriving at West Ham. Just started 3 times, played 90 minutes once, but he has scored 3 goals. Are West Ham a better and more potent side with him in it?
Well, as you say, we can't say that for sure because we haven't enough evidence, but clearly he's a top player. He is, and I think you can see from the impact that he had at half-time and after the game, half-time at Wolves and then in the second half against Bournemouth, really helped the team, gives us different outlets, different possibility in our attacking play. He's got a great personality. We really like him a lot. But as you say, he's had a season that's been really complicated in terms of injuries. So we're now managing that process and trying to make sure that he gets enough time on the pitch safely that we can get the most out of him.
You mentioned Bournemouth there. There were a section of boos at half-time. You have addressed that. 12 points from your 11 games in charge so far. What would you like to see from your West Ham side between now and the rest of the season that will send those fans happy and hopeful into the summer?
Well, you always understand when you're a Premier League side, especially a club with the demands here, that if you're losing at half time, it's not, people aren't going to be happy about that. Our performance, level can improve. I think the scoreline does affect things sometimes. We're not saying absolutely that it was champagne football by any means. Probably wasn't as bad either. But at the same time, the margins in this league are so tight. From our perspective, we know where we've made progress. I think the 25 matches before we came in, you're looking at over 50 goals conceded. So if that's the start point, we've made some progress. But at the same time, it's a balance between defence and attack, and we need to attack better. We want to play better. But that's where the work is. In the meantime, we have to go from game to game to day, try and improve and finish the season off as strongly as we can.
You mentioned that difference between balance and attack. Only Everton and the bottom 3 have scored fewer than your 35 goals this season. Aside from the injuries to Fullkrug and everything mentioned, you've got lots of attacking players, very promising players. Why do you think you found goals hard to come by at times?
Well, we've had no Fullkrug, no Antonio, no Somerville. Bowen's been out for half of that time. And you talk about this attacking talent, but like I said to you at the start, if you're conceding over 2 goals a game, it doesn't matter who you've got on the pitch, you're going to suffer. So we've had to address that, and that's where we've been. And then in the end, then you look at the games, you say, okay, there's I'd say two halves of football which were really not good from our perspective. Home to Brentford, first half against Wolves, we were not happy. But apart from that, we've been in every game. A little bit of detail here and there. Not so far away from beating Everton. Fine lines in other games. So points can turn quickly, but at the same time, yeah, we're always looking to improve. Thank you.
Niv?
Hi, Greg. Good afternoon. Another question, please, about Salah. When you look at the quality he's been showing in the Premier League, how difficult do you find it, what he's been doing in the Premier League for so long and so consistent with Salah?
Oh, no, he's an absolute top player. I mean, it's you can see it's not easy to do. It's the hardest bit in the game to score, to assist, and he's done it on a regular occurrence over a period of time. He's fantastic. He keeps himself on a top level. Still a team player, still plays his role in the team. So yeah, he's a fantastic player.
Can I please ask you about Ollie Scarles, young and promising, could be facing Salah directly this weekend. What did you make of his progress, his development?
Yeah, he's done really well. I mean, he's a young player that's come through from the academy, which is important for us. Great attitude. He's going to get better and better with the game time he has. At the same time, we have to perform as a team, and we have to play well, and we have to get points, because we're not a development club. We're a team in the Premier League that has demands to win. But nevertheless, he's contributed to some good results, and like I said, I think he'll improve as time goes on.
West Ham is your third Premier League club. For Arne Slot, Liverpool is his first taste of English football. How difficult and how different is it when you're managing abroad for so many years, and then you have to settle and get used to the challenges of managing in the Premier League?
Well, everybody's different, but Arne's found it quite straightforward, isn't he? If you look at it, to be fair. As I said before, he's done a fantastic job. You have to adapt, but I think if you're competent and the club give you the support, which I think they've had there, then those two combinations mean you've got a chance. As I said, it's so competitive that anything can happen, but congratulations to him. He's had a fantastic season, really has.
West Ham already faced Liverpool twice this season in 2 different competitions and conceded 10 goals in total. I can imagine there are several aspects of preparation for the game this weekend, but how much the psychological element is important?
Well, as I said earlier, the team has conceded goals over a period of time. So that's an element that we've had to work on, we've had to adjust to, and we've had to make sure that fragility isn't there. Obviously, away at Anfield is as difficult as it gets. So we have to make sure we're ready. We have to make sure that we're resilient. We make sure we're the best version of ourselves. Because if we are, then we'll be competitive, and that's the most important thing. And then it's about whether we can play well, and then from there, points will come.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Cameras off, please.